So hi, it's Mary from Behind the Chair, and here in Atlanta with Candy Shaw-Codner. And Candy is a huge balayage expert, and she teaches it all over the country. Been doing it since
forever, 15 plus
15 years. Candy, you know, one of the big issues is, it's hairdressers all the time. They want to know about pricing balayage. So can you tell us like what the method is for doing that here at your salon?
Absolutely. Well, first and foremost, we price balayage exactly like we price foiling. The difference is it takes less time, so immediately you give yourself a raise behind the chair. But our culture at Jamison Shaw is that every technique has a name. Whether you do it in the front, the middle, the back, the whole head, whatever it is that you do, it has a name. And the reason for that is that if your guests go from chair to chair or from stylist to stylist within your own umbrella of hair salon, they'll always know what you're charging for your guests to get their hair done. But there's one integral part of that, and that is the word partial. Partial to me is a really no-no for hair colorists, and the reason for that is because partial to me is like half of a good thing, or
half of a head,
or half of a head, or half
true,
price,
right?
Or so I would recommend you take that word out of your hair consultation arsenal, simply because you really want to make it an experience.
Yeah.
And so if you name something, or if you're talking to an assistant, or you're telling somebody what to do, using a beautiful word like a Chandler or a Shannon, or a beautiful word to describe your patterning, the client can't get that across the street. They don't know what a Shannon is or a Chandler is. And so that's how we set our price points. And quite frankly, across the board in my salon, everybody is at the same balayage price point.
They are. Oh, that's interesting.
Mm-hmm. Only the hair cutting is in a level system. And the reason for that, Mary, is that I really truly believe that what we do is so special, and we train so hard at it, that the youngest kid on the floor is as good as the Bali Lama.
Oh, that's interesting.
Really?
The Bali Lama. I love that. I love that.
Well,
and I have to tell you one of the things that Jamison shared with me earlier today, and I thought it was so brilliant. So check this out. The guests that have been at this salon for many, many, many years, so we all come in, we've got a cape on. I got a black cape today. That's because I'm not one of the specialist guests. No, I think it's totally cool. So listen to this. What they do is, if you've been coming to the salon for a certain period of time, I don't know how many, you're going to tell us about it, but the guest gets a different cape color with her name on it, and it's prepared and ready for her when she comes in. And every one of the capes, so you know that they're clean, they actually come in a plastic bag, like it's it's shrink, like what do they call that? Like,
well, it's not shrunk wrapped. It's actually
like
a bag,
in a plastic bag,
but it looks clean and disinfectant.
Oh my gosh!
And it's a
but
wonderful
tell us about
way to
where did you come up with this idea of doing this for your clients?
I owe this all to my son Jamison, who's my operations director and runs my academy. But we actually do a brown smock for new clients. So I guess I should have given her a brown one. Now I'm killing myself, just so that the stylist can recognize the new guests.
I love that, and I heard about that once. I think that's brilliant.
And then when you have those special clients that have a little more something in your salon, they're really good advertisers for you, great marketers. They've been coming a long time, or they have a lot of buying potential. We make a color for them, a smock in their color with their name
favorite
on
color, right?
Yeah, their favorite color, and then they come in and they wear it proudly.
I think that is amazing. I think it's one of the best tips I've ever heard.
Well, I just think that it goes further at dinner parties and places that they talk about. I mean, we try so hard to get people to talk about their experience in a salon and their hairdresser and what that hairdresser has done for them. But when you talk in terms of the big name of your salon, to be able to say Jamison Shaw gives me my own special smock, what can I say to that?
I know.
That's pretty special.
Where do you get service like that? So I saw that when I was getting the tour earlier, and I knew that all of you at Behind the Chair would love that, because I think it's like one of those special tips is that put your client, and so for those of you that can't do it for every guest, what I think is a brilliant idea is put your clients that are your existing clients that have come back again, put them in a different cape, right? And then the new clients in a different cape. So you can say, oh, it's so great to see you back again. And the client's thinking, you're not my hairdresser. How do you know I've been back to the salon? Or it's so great that you've joined us at the salon. when
welcome.
Yeah, welcome.
Right.
And they have no idea. Like everybody's so nice, right?
Right.
It's just like a little secret, you know.
It's a little secret, but we don't want our clients to know. But you're absolutely right. And from a salon owner standpoint, I still work behind the chair.
Yeah.
So I can't. I get introduced to every new guest that comes in the salon. I stop what I'm doing and I introduce myself to every new person.
That's amazing.
And one of the things that I do is I always ask them these questions. How did you hear about us? We all want to know. And I always tell them something amazing about the stylist that they are getting ready to connect with.
Great.
And that's something I think is really a special hip pocket information, if you will, to help build, when you're in a big salon, to help build more trust and confidence in that guest that's coming.
Yeah. The other thing that I have to tell you that I love, it's Tuesday, and so many salons across America, you don't hear blow dryers in the background because there's not enough clients. This place has been packed all day, so that's a testament to you and this entire lovely team. Come on, you got to show them the team. Everybody wave. And that's,
we have a different color.
I love it, and that's another thing that I love is that I said, oh, you guys all called each other this morning.
I promise.
They have a different color every day, and then the whole team dresses in that color for the day, and I think that's again another brilliant idea.
That got started just very quick. We do it 4 times a year. We change it, obviously spring, summer, just like the trend.
Exactly.
I look at the trend report. I look at the PMS tone colors, and I follow what's going to be big with designers. And the reason I do it, Mary, is I had a guest come to me one time and tell me that she hated to come here because everybody looked like they were going to a funeral. And her husband had passed away. And I thought, you know what? You really do have a point there. And we used to put everybody in black simply because it would help them look good. And if they couldn't afford to dress, they would. And they could be consistent. But to me, we sell color for a living. So every day of our lives, we have to have a little POC, which is a pop of color. Somewhere, whether it's a tie for a guy, a belt for a girl, a pair of earrings, a bracelet, somewhere you have to have. But here's the downside. You have to show them the PMS color or you'll get some really crazy shades of the blue that you're wanting to show.
Yeah.
So we have to keep it consistent.
But I like it. It's bright in here today and it makes me feel like spring is coming even though it's been really cold in the Midwest. So it was lovely.
Yeah, I hope it gets warmer by the time I get there.
I know. Yeah, exactly. A couple more weeks. I know. The daffodils will be up. So anyway, great business tips here on Behind the Chair with Candy Shaw Codner. Blah.
It's okay. That's what highlights do to you. Don't worry.
And so we're looking forward to seeing you in a couple weeks.
Glad to be there.